Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This is Glow Glam Beauty TV, and in this video I would like to share some basic tips you need to know before you pass your road test, or before you get your driver's license here in Canada. And because I'm based in Canada, I came in through the study route. I'm here to share my own personal experience and experiences from other people, so that you can prepare yourself even if you are coming into Canada. Thank you for always tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ask your questions. So first and foremost, you must have your driver's license back home. That is mandatory. That's, you must have your driver's license back home. Now, it's not about having your driver's license back home. Your driver's license back home must be up to 2 years. Like, you've been driving in your country for like 2 years or more than 2 years. If it's like 1 year, I doubt, because I know people that they turn down. But you might be lucky depending on whosoever that is attending to you at the office at Access Nova Scotia. So if your driver's license is not up to 2 years, you don't stand qualified. But the first step is to write the knowledge test. So when you come in, you ask questions. You can ask people about the knowledge test. Down in their website, you can see some questions. You can download some guide, go through the guide. Then if you are okay with the guide, you can ask people around you to send those questions. People send those questions around. Then you pay. At first, they're not going to ask you for anything like driver's license. They just feel like the knowledge test, anybody can do it. So you pay for the knowledge, $15 or thereabout, including tax. Then you write the test. So the test can be written at home or anywhere that is quiet. So they are going to be watching you from their own end. So while you are doing the test, everything is monitored online. So people monitor you, but you will not see them. So it's not a thing of, oh, let me change my browser and get the answer to this question. If you try that, after the exams, they are just going to tell you that they have seized your results. So it's not something that you should just think of. So you need to practice the test very well, practice the questions very well, get acquainted with the questions and answers, because they tend to repeat the questions. So once you're done, it will tell you that you have passed successfully, and the next step is for you to go to Access Nova Scotia and get the R license, the one that will enable you to move about in Canada, but somebody needs to be by your side. So that is when they will need your license back home from your home country. So in that case, they will ask you to bring your license, and they'll go through your license. If it's just like a year, they'll tell you that they are sorry, they can't give you R. You need to go back and get the learner's license, like the first beginner's license. That's what they call it. So for you to get the beginner's license, you need to stay for like a year, 9 months or thereabouts, so before you can start driving. So that one does not make sense. So if your driver's license back home is not up to 2 years, I'm sorry, I don't think they'll be able to give you an R. That's the R license. So that is the first step. So once you get the R license, then you can start driving, but you need to drive with someone who already has a license here in Canada. That's why you're driving. The person will sit at the front seat with you, or the front seat or passenger seat with you. So if there is any issue, like you are like the person's instructor, so they see you like the person's instructor, you are guiding the person. So these are their rules, these are their policies. It has not changed, and it has been like that. So you can't come in and change them. So those things are the major things you need to know. So once you are able to get to that level, the next step is for you to pay for your road test. So that brings me down to my next video on how you are going to navigate your way, or how I failed my road test. The first time I did not get it, but I got it the second time, because I used the first time to learn a lot of things, to learn all my mistakes. So that is the next step. So you need to practice. You need to look for someone who is going to teach you, how to, navigate your way around the road. Yes, you can drive. You have been driving in your home country for 20 years, 10 years. But you see this particular test, it will humble you. So all you need to know is the science, the road science. You need to know their policies. That does not mean you don't know how to drive. But knowing how to drive is the number one thing first. Then the second step is for you to cram or memorize their road rules, policies, their routes, how they, the stop sign, the speedometers, all those things. You need to know all those things, zebra crossing, how to obey the rules of traffic, when to yield, and all that. So these are the things you need to understand. Then their road network. So when you are going in for the driving, the person, your instructor, is going to teach you all those things. So the best way is to learn it very well. So people pay per hour here, $60, $50. So 1 hour is not going to be enough. So it's something that you need to practice. I see people that have paid up to 1,000 just to get it right. Because if you don't get it right, once you apply for the road test, like when you are ready to do the test, you will fail. And once you keep failing, you wait for 1 week again before you can now register another one. So you keep wasting that money, you keep wasting that money. So it's a process. So the best way and the best advice is for you to get someone who already has a car, who already has mastered driving here in Canada. The person will put you through, since you already have R. So the person will help you, take you around. Maybe might not be the major route for the road test, but at least it can help you to master the routes, teach you some major things that you need to know. Then you gain confidence. Then after gaining confidence, you will meet the instructors, those people that are registered, the driving school instructors. So they are the ones that knows those routes that you can use for the road test. So they are the ones that will take you around those routes. Those routes are many. Yes, there are like 5 or 6, because different examiner has his own route. They can decide to take you anywhere. So you might not know where exactly you are going to use for the test. So it's better for you to learn all the routes very, master it once you master the route, then you are good to go. So that is just what I want to share, the basic knowledge, the basic things you need to know before you can go about your road test. Thank you very much. Stay tuned on my next video. I'm going to share my experience on how I failed, the major things that made me to fail my road test. And the next is going to be how I passed my road test. It's not going to be a long video, it's just a short video for you to learn 1 or 2 so that you not make the mistakes I made. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.